We're talking about the Masochist structure. This is the fourth of 5 basic bioenergetics character structures. The Masochist is formed through humiliation and emotional manipulation. So this is a structure that creates a split between closeness and freedom. So the child experiences that they can be close to their parents, but they can never be free. If they are free, they will no longer be able to be close. So there is a split, either or. This can happen by emotionally manipulating the child. For instance, by, say, feeding the child, and when the child says, "No, I don't want any more," saying, "Oh, but you don't want to make mommy sad now, do you? Mommy would be so sad if you wouldn't eat this." Yeah? So you're manipulating them emotionally into doing things. Often there is also a component of humiliation. And with these two, a masochist structure is formed. The masochist will tend to put on weight more easily, so they will be rounder than other structures. Also, they will often tend to have a little bit of extra tension in between their shoulder blades. And the extra weight will very often be related to the amount of anger that is inside of them, but they are repressing, and so they might not even be aware of. You see, the masochist structure is the endurer, the sufferer. They endure and suffer through things that may even be humiliating, just so that they can continue to be close to people. And they have to do things that they don't want to do. And so very often inside there is anger. They don't want to do this, but they have to. They feel they have to. And so they repress that anger. And they don't have access to the anger themselves. But the more repressed anger they have, the larger they will tend to become. So in everyday life, the masochist will tend to be the person who endures. And so they will suffer through things that others might just say no to. The masochist has a difficult time saying no. And this is something they need to learn. And so they will put themselves in a victim role through life. And they will tend to explain things that happen from a victim perspective. Things happening to them. This is the opposite of the previous structure, which was the psychopath. The psychopath is the one in control. If something goes bad, okay, that's me. That was my responsibility. I need to make it go good. Turn things around. Whereas the masochist sees things happening to them. Another thing that will tend to happen with the masochist is that because they don't really know how to say no, they have so many things to do, they will be overwhelmed. And when they are overwhelmed, they might go into a depression. So this is a different depression than the oral structure goes into. The oral structure has a lack and goes into depression. The masochist is overwhelmed by too many things and goes into depression. What is a masochist to do? Well, first thing is it's good to learn to say no, so that you can set your limits, boundaries, and know that you can be close to people and be free. So these two extremes that are seen as either or, closeness and freedom, can actually be united. And so, learning to say no is a part of it. Learning to find healthy ways of expressing the anger that is held inside is another positive step. And then something that is extremely useful is learning to give to yourself whatever it is you feel that you need. Instead of creating a victim story, finding a way to satisfy yourself, taking control so that you don't have to go into the victim mode and suffer through life. So this was the fourth structure of 5 basic character structures in bioenergetics. Now we only have one left, and that is the rigid structure. We'll talk about that one in the next and final part of the series, How You Became You.